It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Come here. No, don't eat that bug. Come here. Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, good morning. Yes, you are my sweetie pie. Yes, you are my sweetie pie. Yes, you are. I scratch your butts. I scratch your butts. Yes, you are. Yes, it's the love. It's all the love of you. So what we gonna do? Hey, little girl, I love you. So all I do is think of Sue. Day and night, that's all I do. I can't get Sue off my mind. Think about you all the time, yeah. I can't wait to get to school each day and wait for you to pass my way. Okay, we're gonna stop that. And bells start to ring, a Stussy starts to sing. Hey, what's up? We're gonna wait for some people to come in and then we're gonna get the show started. Good morning. So what are you gonna do? Hey, little Sue. No. Yes. We can't do that. Come here. We're gonna step over. Down. Down. Stay. Step over. Good. No. Down. Stay. Step over. No. I want to step over you. We used to do this all the time. Down. Good girl. Stay. Step over. No. You don't like to step over anymore. It's cool. It's cool. We're going to let y'all get ready. I know it's early on your holiday. We're going to get started in a minute. Hello, hello. We're going to let the algorithm do what it do. Let y'all know we are here for the show. What's up? What's up, the soup? What are you gonna do? What's up? 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 Do 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 do. And so you're not underfoot. You gotta make sure you're not underfoot. Don't want to step on them cute little paws. Them cute little paws. It's not to be stepped on. You're not to be messed with, my doozy. My Susie more. Yeah, I make all the songs about Susie. You don't know? You do it. Y'all do it with y'all dogs. Y'all have fun with y'all dog. Don't shame me for having fun with my dog. It's my dog. So what are you gonna do? Hey, little Sue, I love you. So all I do is think of Sue. That's all I do. I can't get you off my mind. Think about all the time. All the time. We back to the same song. Now you done got all this dog hair and stuff on me because you was all in my lap. I'm going to get some of it off. Some of it going to stay because I can't get all of it off. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Let's get it started. We got a few people in here. We got a great show coming for you today. We're going to go ahead and get started because why wait? Everybody can catch up and they can watch it later because it's live. You live with Master Christian. I am Master Christian. Have you ever looked back on a relationship, a job, a business deal, or even an interaction with an animal and realized the warning signs were there from the very beginning? Think about it now. Have you ever looked back on a situation, no matter what you were dealing with, and realize the warning signs were right there in your face from the very beginning. Yeah, hindsight is 2020. So this is what we starting with. A question. A question about warning signs on a show that's controlled. Episode 47, Tolerance. And today's show, we're going to talk about some tolerance. Definitely. You got any questions? Put them in the comments. Share this with your friends so they can jump on this live. This is a holiday edition. We are almost at the 250th year of this country. Whoa! I don't know what that means to you. I'm not going to tell you what it means to me, but we're going to keep it moving. This is tolerance, people. Tolerance. Let's see. Most people don't fail because there were no warning signs. They fail because they convinced themselves those warnings did not matter. Don't convince yourself the warning signs don't matter. You're gonna get bit. You're gonna get hit. It's bad things that happen when you convince yourself the warning signs don't matter. Whether you're dealing with a person, an animal, a situation, whatever you're dealing with. Today's conversation is about tolerance, what we allow, what we excuse, and why our future is often determined by the behaviors we repeatedly accept. It is. The future is definitely determined by the behaviors we accept. By the end of today's program, you will have practical framework of recognizing red flags before they become life-changing consequences. Red flags, that's what they talk about. That's all the relationship people talk about. Oh, that's a red flag. No, that's a red flag. There's lots of red flags out here. Your tolerance, you tolerating a lot of stuff. You don't got to tolerate everything. Right now, Susie don't want to tolerate this show. This is my co-host, Susie Spaniel, and we're working. Go, 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 Susie, go, 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 Susie, go, 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 Susie, go, 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 Susie. Sit. She's putting up with me. Tolerance. Got to put up with me today. Today is a great day, y'all. It's super hot. We still got a heat advisory going on, but we got a show advisory going on as well. A red flag is a repeated behavior that predicts future problems. You know about that? It's more than just red flags. They're more than just in relationships. They're all around us. Red flags are all around us. We see them, we hear them. If the birds making too much noise, the birds are making too much noise for a reason. You got to go see when they have those loud calls and everything. You got to go see what's going on because they're talking about something. You know, you gotta don't take it for granted that stuff is making noise and doing things. Plots 9, because it's just doing something. That was German. But you can't take it for granted. When you hear somebody hollering, normally they're hollering because of danger, but you shouldn't. You should make people aware. Big B, go ahead, Big B. You a big B. But gotta have some tolerance, but you still gotta pay attention. People often expect danger to announce itself dramatically. That's that screaming and hollering. Danger don't announce itself dramatically, especially when you're dealing with people and animals, because you got some people playing the long game and you got animals that are creeping. And they'll creep. They don't gotta run up to you. It can be simple. When we get to the news, I'm going to show you something real simple because we talk about pressure all the time. I keep telling you, if you go forward and something backs up, stop. Don't keep going forward because that's pressure. Anytime you're applying pressure, the only reaction can be that whatever you're applying that pressure on, if it's alive, if you don't stop and it doesn't run off, it's going to attack. You see the body language. You probably hear the warning signs. You got it. They're having a lot of tolerance for you when you approach. But when you keep on going and keep applying that pressure, you'll see. You'll find out. People see every day, whether it's animals, whatever it is. Now this bee right here is applying pressure. And I don't know why. Go away. Go away. Go away. I don't have time for you to be flying in my face. But I'm not going to take you out the box. I'm going to let you do what you do. Applying pressure. But see, I didn't back up. I stood my ground. Even though this is a big bee, and when I was a kid, I used to mess with the bees and get stung. You got to release that fear. Let them do what they do. I don't want it landed on me because I don't trust them, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's going to keep an eye on me. And we're going to continue in this cycle that we're having on the porch today. A broken promise, a pattern of disrespect, repeated excuses, poor preparation, or uncontrolled emotion may all be indicators of something larger. Wise decision makers learn to pay attention to patterns instead of isolated events. It's patterns. You think patterns are just something that are on a painting or on your clothes? Those are a different kind of patterns. You got to pay attention to all the patterns. On the sidewalk out there, almost embedded in the concrete, it's a big bear paw. I had to pay attention to that. That's a red flag. That means that there's been bears walking around here. Now, if you don't pay attention to that and you see a bear all of a sudden at your house, shame on you. Because there was a warning sign right there. Shame on you. There's a bear roaming around here. You don't got to tell me twice. I see it. It's more than one. Maybe one day I'll show you. What in your life are you giving too much tolerance to and you're not paying attention to? Where can you open your eyes and see what's going on? And then make the adjustments so we can alleviate the red flags. Sometimes getting rid of the red flags means throwing the baby and the bathwater out, getting rid of the person, the dog, whatever it is, quitting the job, moving to a new job, however you got to do it. Those red flags, they build a bad future for you. And we don't want a bad future. We want a great future. Often we dismiss early evidence. We train ourselves to ignore reality. The habits become expensive because problems rarely stink on their own. Yeah. Some people approach skunks. You know a skunk is going to spray you. I mean, come on. Do you think you're going to scare it off? They got defense. They going to spray you up. See? And that spray is like mace. So not only does it stink, it's gonna choke you up, it's gonna burn your eyes, it's gonna stop you in your tracks. Do not approach a skunk. They stink. Literally. They usually these things, these patterns, these things, they usually grow while we continue explaining them away. Oh wow. Experienced animal professionals don't wait for a bite before taking warning signs seriously. They don't. We don't. You don't wait on the bite to take the warning signs seriously. That wouldn't be well. Changes in posture, tension, avoidance, stiff movement, hard staring, or repeated stress signals provide valuable information long before an incident occurs. That's with an animal. Long before that incident occurs, they've shown you over and over and over that I'm back on my Marshawn Lynch. You gotta understand, and over and over and over. They keep showing you back up. Don't do that. One day I went to the mailbox and I was about to reach in, open the mailbox, and something said stop. That was my instincts. They said, it said stop. Don't touch the mailbox. I said, why? And I looked down at the mailbox and it was one single solitary fire ant. And that fire ant was standing up waiting on me to touch it so it can light me up. And when I say fire ant gonna light me up, boy, oh boy, if you've never been bitten by a fire ant, you don't know. Don't try it. Leave them alone. Because that bite, that little thing will light you up and you're gonna be hurting for a long, long time. I'm glad that my instincts picked it up. So I was able to slow down, don't touch it, and change what I was doing. Let's see. Patterns predict outcomes. You want to go eat? Yeah, it's your time. I know. We're going to excuse Susie Spaniel. We're going to excuse Susie Spaniel because she got some business to take care of. And she going to keep telling me about this business until it happens. So we're going to let her go handle that. Yeah, we're going to let her go handle that. And we're not going to hold her hostage when she want to go and do what she do. We're going to let her go on in. Patterns predict outcomes. So when you see bad patterns, they're probably predicting a bad outcome. When you see good patterns, fall into them. It's okay. You're paying attention. Have you ignored a pattern because you hoped it would change? They don't change. If they're going down, they go down. If they're going up, they go up. Now, if it's the market, that pattern may change depending on some variables. But out here, yeah, you can't wish them away. Are you evaluating behavior or making excuses? Evaluate that behavior. Before I take a dog in for training, before I help anybody, I sit back, I get quiet, and I pay attention. I let the people talk. I listen. I watch the dog. I watch any kind of animal. I watch the fish. Yesterday I was watching a turtle. I wanted to see how that turtle was moving through its environment and its enclosure. It was somebody's turtle in their office. I watched it because I get valuable information by silently paying attention. So will you. You just got to stop all that. You can't be talking when you're thinking. Why do people tolerate red flags? Emotion often overrides judgment. That's what happens here, people. Emotion overrides your judgment. You emotional about it, so you say, I gotta do it right now, right now. I gotta do it like this. I need this dog to do this. I need this cat to do this. I need this person to do this. Yeah, you overriding your judgment with your emotion. Hope, fear of being alone, financial investment, pride, or convenience can often cause people to remain in an unhealthy situation. We become attached to what we want the future to be instead of honestly evaluating the present. This is true in business, relationships, and leadership. The longer we delay difficult decisions, the fewer good options remain. Animals do not negotiate with repeated danger. For what? This is survival. Whether it's survival for you, it's survival for them. And repeated danger is not something they're going to deal with. They're going to move to the safe place where they get some peace for a long, long time before danger finds them again. They're not going to be in a constant getting away from danger all the time. They're going to stop and deal with that danger. we going to talk about that. When behavior consistently communicates risk, they adjust their own behavior immediately. That's what your animals do. Hope is not a safety plan. We can't just be safe because we hope we're safe. I hope this and I hope that. My great grandmother used to talk a lot about hope. You got to have hope. You got to have action along with that hope. I'm not taking the hope out the game, but I'm saying you got to have positive movements towards your goals and the things that you're trying to accomplish. If you don't, it's not going to work. And you got to do one thing that I tell you every day. You got to go along with the principles. You got to be calm, confident, and consistent. What emotion has caused you to ignore good judgment? Oh yeah, this going to be great when we get to the news because I got top stories coming. What excuse do people make most often? Tolerance always has a cost. So, without further ado, we're going to get to the news. Animals today. Now, in Animals Today, our top story is about something that just happened in North Lauderdale, Florida. Not Fort Lauderdale, North Lauderdale, Florida, where an argument over a parking space between two people. A woman parked in a space, a man felt like it was his, and he began to engage her. He was coming forward. Remember, I told you about that coming forward, that pressure. And she told him, this is a stand your ground state. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm going to stand my ground. Stop coming after me aggressively. But the man said, no, I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep coming. So eventually, the woman, after he put all that pressure on her, what I tell you about pressure, you keep putting pressure on something, it's going to eventually attack. She stood her ground. And sadly to say, that man will never stand on any ground again because his demise came from all of that pressure. Now, I'm not going to get into everything that's going on with that. I'm just going to let you know. When you put pressure on something and keep on coming forward, when it's backing away, it's going to be some outcomes to deal with. Something's going to happen. Sad to say, North Lauderdale, Florida, 2 days ago, something happened. On to the next. 3 rare red panda cubs born. 3 endangered red panda cubs were born at the Wilder Institute Calgary Zoo, making an impossible important success for the International Conservation Breeding Program. Fewer than 10,000 red pandas remain in the wild, making every successful birth significant to the species' future. Conservation breeding programs help protect species threatened by habitat loss. Let's get to that. Why are the animals losing their habitat? What's taking their habitat? Us? Are we the red flag taking the animals' habitat? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm glad they was able to get some new ones, make some new ones, help them out, I guess. Stop taking their habitat. We got a lot of land out here that we can work with. I think. Maybe not. 4th of July settlers brace for lost pets. Animal shelters nationwide are preparing for one of their biggest weekends of the year as fireworks cause households of pets to panic and flee. Yeah, my dogs don't like all that pop, pop, popping neither. But it is what it is. All that pop, pop, popping is what they're going to do because they told them this is a holiday. Pop all the fireworks you want. Spend that money, waste that money on fireworks. Get your guns out, shoot them in the air, I guess. I used to do it too. But as I matured, I said that's not what I'm here for right now. All those fireworks, yeah, I know you like them. I may go watch, I may not. But they're making animals flee from your home. So keep up with your animal, and it's a good time to use your leash. With all that going on, all that noise, all the animals running off because they're afraid of fireworks, when you take them outside, use your equipment, keep them safe. Because you don't want to be chasing or looking for your animal. Never leave them outside, especially when it's like this. This is not good. Not good at all. Demand for exotic pets raise conservation concerns. People like exotic pets. They don't belong to you. I've had a lot of them. Sharks, snakes, all kind of stuff. They don't really belong to you. Exotic pets are things that were in the wild that they took and said, hey, this could be yours for this amount of money. Wildlife experts warn that growing popularity of exotic pets on social media is increasing pressure on wild animal populations. And social media is influencing people to get more and more exotic pets. Wow. Many of these species require specialized care that most owners cannot provide. That's true. They need space, but they're saying this like exotic pets and everything, and we still got these zoos. Everything in the zoo is an exotic pet, and because they built these habitats, they act like that's enough room. They had the whole savannah, the whole jungle, the whole everything to exist on, the whole ocean to swim in. You think we can build something comparable? That's a red flag. We're gonna keep on moving. Orphaned, orphaned grizzly bear cubs find new home. Where's their new home? Two orphaned grizzly bear cubs rescued from Montana are adjusting to their life in Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, where they are receiving veterinary care and long-term support. Oh boy, wild animals belong in the wild unless there is a legitimate conservation or rehabilitation purpose. That was from the last thing. That was for the exotic pets, but we're going to say that for the grizzly bears. Rescue facilities play an important role when young wildlife cannot survive on their own. Two things can be true. Moving on. Eastern indigo snake recovery continues. Zoo Atlanta, right here, continues participating in the recovery of the endangered eastern indigo snake through breeding and release efforts across the Southeast. So they breeding snakes and putting them out there. You gotta love it. Native predators are essential to healthy ecosystems. With all this housing development, these apartments being built, the native predators are essential. Come on, man. Y'all keep cutting down these trees. Birds don't have nowhere to go. Snakes don't got nowhere to go. I digress. AI helps decode animal communication. I can believe that slightly. Researchers are using artificial intelligence to better understand how animals communicate through vocalization and behaviors, opening new possibilities for conservation and animal welfare. Sometimes I just get silent. Technology may help humans better recognize stress warnings, social signals in animals. Stress warnings and social signals in animals. And that's our news for today, y'all. Careful out there. Stop that pressure. People are standing their ground. You don't want to be put into that ground that they're standing. Animals are standing their ground. It is what it is. Red flag, red flag. Whew. What is the cost of tolerance? All of this tolerance that's being ignored. Ignored warnings become expensive. Yeah. Sometimes ignored warnings, stay back. I'ma stand my ground, will cost you your life. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what happens after that. You see a large animal and you want to slide up to it, cost you your life. Someone tells you, don't do that. Expensive. Expensive doesn't always have to do with money because we are expensive. Don't play yourself. Small problems often become large crises because no one addresses them early. Financial losses, broken trust, workplace accidents, dog bites, and damaged relationships frequently follow long periods of ignored evidence. The cost is rarely created in one day. It accumulates through repeated choices to postpone action. Yeah, none of this is built in one day. Rome was not built in one day. You start with a little, you build a foundation, and then you keep stacking stuff on top of it till now we got a monument And that monument that we're building might not be the monument that you want to build. Places where people don't even have anywhere to live, but everything keeps growing and we keep taking over the animal territory. But we got homeless folks, hungry folks out here, and we not taking care of them. So what are we doing with all the land that we're taking from the animals, that we got to do all this conservation, that we're breeding stuff to put it back into the wild, but the wild is gone? What are we doing? I can't wait to escalate this show so we can be out on the savannah and actually see the trees that are missing, be in the forest and actually see where the town was and now where the town is. We on the way, people. And if you believe in this show and you want to see it progress in that way so we can be on location, $masterct. That's how to find me. That's how to support the show. Cash App, $masterct. We will help you with the information you need and be on location to show you what's going on out here on the planet. Because don't take my word for it. I'll show you better than I can tell you. Animals survive because they respond while options still exist rather than waiting until escape is difficult. Yeah, animals got an exit route. You think something that lives in a hole just got that one hole? That's the front door. They got a side door. They got a back door. They got lots of doors. So when you come messing around at that front door, they can skirt out. What? You thought you had them? You thought you was smarter than them? It's one you. It's a lot of them. So unless you find all the exits, you done map their territory, they're going to skirt out. But when you tear up their habitat, now they got to find somewhere to go. That's not cool. Ignoring evidence never removes risk. You know what's going on. You know that taking down the trees, how many things live in the trees? You got insects, you got birds, you got squirrels, you got all manner of things that live in the trees. So when you cut the trees down, that's called an eviction. Where do they go? What do they do? This is a big world, everybody. When you take stuff out the ocean and put it in an aquarium, and I do saltwater aquariums, I understand what's going on. These fish that come out the ocean, we got them in the house. They not meant to swim in these small aquariums. I'm conflicted. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm conflicted. What warning do you wish you had acted on sooner? Is there a warning that you've seen that you wish you had acted on sooner? Let me know. What did it ultimately cost you? Was it expensive? Some things aren't around here to talk about how expensive it was. Yeah. Some things hop up on you quickly, but most things take time to build. I keep telling you that. Don't believe me. Whoa. What do animals teach us? Behavior is more reliable than words. Yeah, these words are something that we're manufacturing in this head, that we're producing with this throat and this tongue, and they're not very reliable. No, actions, behavior, all of that stuff that gets the job done, that's what's reliable. Animals constantly evaluate posture, movement, consistency, distance, and intent. Distance and intent. They gather information every moment because survival depends on accurate observation. All of our survival depends on accurate observation. So I'm looking at everything. I'm counting how many authorities got people pulled over. I'm watching the road, everything that goes on. Don't get knocked off your square. Pay attention. Attention is silent to pay. You just got to invest in what's around you so you know what's going on. Humans often become distracted by promise, titles, emotion, or appearances. Animals simply respond to behavior. So when you hit your dog, what you're relaying to your dog, whether you hit him with your hand, the fly swatter, a belt, a toy, whatever you hit them with, you're relaying to them that you're going to physically hurt them. And some people will say, but I only hit them once. Or they won't say it at all, because I ask people, have you been aggressive with your dog? Have you been aggressive with your cat? Most people don't say yes. I had an officer years ago, maybe 15 years ago, brought in a pit bull puppy. And the pit bull puppy was real shy. And we got this thing called a hand test. But first, I asked the officer, had he hit the dog? And he was like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. I'll never hit a dog. I know. And then I did the hand test, where it's simply me raising my hand, getting eye contact, and coming down like this. Not fast, not aggressive, just coming down like this to see if the dog is hand shy. And that dog was not only hand shy, it urinated and defecated right there. And then I looked at the person, the officer, and I said, oh. And he turned red because he knew he was found out. All he had to do was answer the question correctly, and I would have said, well, we can fix it, but don't ever do it again. But I got to do a test and find you out. Now he's embarrassed. Needless to say, that officer never came back for the training. It's all good. But stop beating your dogs. It doesn't work. Stop beating your kids. It doesn't work. It's just you taking your violent tendencies out on something that can't defend itself. And it's going to turn out badly because, again, you're building the future. And by these aggressive, violent tendencies that you're using, that's not going to build a good future. Believe in yourself and use positive energy. Be on a high frequency so you can win. And also, subscribe, follow, share, like, tell a friend. We're doing Controlled right here. This is a show about human and animal behavior. You got to control yourself first before you can control anything else. Word, word. Behavior always tells the truth. On who you are, you gonna tell your truth with that behavior. You can act like you're not aggressive when nobody's looking, but your behavior, even when nobody's looking, is telling a story. You got to read your own story. I don't need to tell you about your story. You're an individual. You're a smart human being. Pay attention to yourself. You know what you've been doing. Are you listening to the words or watching actions? Where do you need stronger standards? That's for you to answer, not for me to answer. How do we stop ignoring red flags? Lower your tolerance for repeated unhealthy behavior. Ooh. So when people are exhibiting this unhealthy behavior and you sit around and tolerate it, you allow this to go on, it just gives them more leeway to continue with this. When they're rude, when they're aggressive, if you slap somebody around me, I might slap you. Not because I'm angry at you, because you need to stop it right now. That behavior is unacceptable. And y'all all know what the unacceptable behavior is. You're cursing out your parents or anybody else. Why are you doing this? Situationally, what's going on? You got to be better if you want to live better and you want to grow harmoniously with what's going on. Unity needs our patience. We can be better together and individually. You just got to win. And let me tell you, you are special and I believe in you. Raise your percentages of success. Raise your standards. Be the best you can be every single day. Make it a better version than yesterday. That's what you got to do. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's doable if that's what you want to do. Create personal standards before emotion clouds judgment. Decide which behaviors you will not repeatedly excuse in business, relationship, finances, and around animals. Some behaviors can't be excused. You can't excuse them. All that pressure is inexcusable. Don't use it. The healthiest animals consistently choose safety over wishful thinking. We should do the same. Definitely, we should do the same. Your standards determine your future. Ooh. What's one red flag that you'll never ignore again? What action will you take today? Let's close and choose to be better. Red flags are patterns, not isolated moments. Excessive tolerance creates unnecessary risk. Animals demonstrate that responding early is usually safer than reacting late. That's why they move quickly. They gone. They done with that situation. The animals be out. They think you gonna hit them. They gone. Or they stand their ground. And neither is what you're looking for when you want a happy, healthy household. So, you got to be better. This week, pay attention to behavior instead of promise. Whether you are evaluating a friendship, a company, a financial opportunity, or interacting with an animal, remember that your repeated tolerance shapes the direction of your life. Better decisions begin with respecting the first warning instead of waiting for the last one. This has been Controlled, y'all. Thank you for watching. $Master T if you want to, $Master CT if you want to support through the Cash App and keep this show free. Subscribe, follow, like, share. Share the love with each other. Happy holidays to you. I am Master Christian. That was Susie Spaniel, your co-host. And this has been Controlled, the show about human and animal behavior. Nothing but love to y'all. Y'all stay on top of it. Stop putting pressure on each other. Love yourself and others. We out. Peace.